Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duggar For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Jill Duggar and Derek Dillard celebrate Halloween as trash, ordered to keep classy. Jill Duggar and Derek Dillard celebrated Halloween earlier this week. It isn't unusual for the former counting-on couple to take their children out and savor the fun that the candy-filled occasion brings. This year, Jill and Derek chose a couple's costume that they considered acceptable given the country's current highly tense situation. She wore an orange vest with a name tag that read Garbage Lady, while Derek was covered in a rubbish bag labeled Garbage. Subscribe to our Duggar newsletter. Get notifications on the newest posts and more from monsters and critics straight to your inbox. By entering your information, you agree to our T&Cs and privacy policy. However, it drew lots of backlash. When Reddit got a hold of the Instagram share, the snarkers went in on Jill Duggar and Derek Dillard. One wrote, seems like they got the costumes right. They clearly voted for rubbish and have garbage beliefs. So accurate. Another said, you stay classy, Dillards. Someone else said, I'm sure their Jesus is really proud of them. Faced with rolling eyes, Jill Duggar and Derek Dillard aren't as progressive as they seek to present. Jill Duggar and Derek Dillard may no longer be tied in the Jim Bob Duggar web of control, but it doesn't mean they have deviated from some of the family's values. They have highlighted that they are no longer members of the IBLP, Institute in Basic Life Principles, but are still very much in line with conservative values. Speaking out against what Jim Bob did to them got them some points, but appearing on podcasts and engaging in the shiny happy people didn't make them more approachable to individuals who didn't grow up in a context like the IBLP. Interestingly, Jill seems to be more intent on working her way back into the family and building ties with her siblings that have been poisoned. It's uncertain whether the pair will continue to attend family functions at the big house, but weddings and occasional birthday celebrations will be a part of their lives. We anticipate that their choice of Halloween costumes may force some followers to back off a bit, especially considering the recent use of garbage comments in the mainstream media. It will be intriguing to see what the future days bring for Jill Duggar and Derek Dillard. Why Jill and Derek Dillard are being criticized for dressing up for Halloween. Jill Duggar Dillard. The Duggar family is no stranger to controversy. The current criticism is addressed towards Jill Duggar and her husband Derek Dillard, who you might remember as the man who was ejected off counting on when transphobic comments he made were brought to light. Now the public is unhappy because the couple is breaking Duggar family custom with their kids by celebrating Halloween. According to The Blast, the Duggars don't celebrate the holiday for religious reasons, but that didn't stop Jill and Derek and their kids from dressing up for Halloween this year. Did Jill Duggar go trick-or-treating with her kids? To be honest, it doesn't appear that the Dillards were celebrating Halloween in the usual sense by trick-or-treating and passing out sweets. Instead, they headed out to Sonic, Chipotle, and Krispy Kreme in their costumes. In an Instagram picture, Jill Duggar wrote, "We had a blast. We liked dressing up this evening and going out for some family fall fun and Halloween freebies and promotions." The mom of two said that they got 50-cent corn dogs at Sonic, $4 burritos at Chipotle with free guacamole, and free pastries at Krispy Kreme. Fans weren't satisfied with the Dillards. Jill and Derek Dillard. Fans flocked to the comments of the Instagram image to bash Jill Duggar and Derek Dillard and their family. While some of the followers claimed to be offended that members of the Duggar family obviously celebrated Halloween, others were angry about the hypocrisy in dressing up but not going trick-or-treating. So why is it okay to dress up for Halloween to get freebies but not okay to trick-or-treat, said one person in the comments, while another said Christians don't celebrate Halloween. Why give Satan the honor? Growing up as a Duggar daughter, Jill Duggar Dillard knew one thing for certain: she never wanted to disobey her parents, Jim Bob and Michelle Duggar. Going against her father meant exposing herself to the ills of the world, and as a young girl, one who confesses she was eager to please, Jill wanted to keep the peace. It took the 32-year-old longer to discover that evil was already flourishing inside her family's Tontitown, Arkansas home. And it looked a lot like her brother Josh Duggar. Home was small, but it was a place of safety, Jill writes in her memoir, Counting the Cost, released September 12. The lands beyond it were vast and unknowable, beset with hidden dangers that lurked like quicksand. In the book, co-written with her husband Derek Dillard, the former star of two TLC reality shows about her large family, candidly explains what it was really like to grow up in the spotlight and under her parents' interpretation of the fundamentalist Christian movement called Institute in Basic Life Principles, or IBLP. Though they know expressing their truth could come at the risk of family connections, early this year, Jill also starred in Prime Video's explosive IBLP-focused docuseries Shiny Happy People, alongside her cousin Amy Duggar King. People always have opinions about my life, and their own version of the story from what they believe my reality was growing up on reality TV, Jill says Vanity Fair. I really felt like I wanted to do this to help other people for the long haul, to hopefully help them find their voice and know that they are not alone, that they don't have to live in isolation and fear and control. Jill, the fourth born of 19 children, says in her memoir that she learned to be an approval hunter from a young age. She recalls her parents capitalized on her amiable personality, fondly nicknamed her Sweet Jilly Muffin. I wanted to be the good girl. I tried to be the perfect daughter, Jill writes. Her efforts garnered her great accolades from her dad, whom she called Pops throughout the book. She recalls Jim Bob commenting that of all his children, Jill was the most like his wife, Michelle. Being compared to my mom like that was the greatest prize I could ever wish for, Jill writes. The 266-page memoir chronicles an apparently perfect upbringing that began to disintegrate as her parents' ties within the IBLP group became deeper, and family regulations, which Jim Bob and Michelle dubbed standards, convictions, or principles, grew tighter. Jill recalls the family taking road trips to attend IBLP conventions, where leader Bill Gothard, who resigned from the organization in 2014 after multiple allegations of sexual assault and harassment, would preach about the evil nature of music, the importance of modesty, and the vital role of reproduction for familial happiness. Gothard has denied all the charges, despite more than 30 women coming forward. An additional 10 women lodged a lawsuit against him in 2016 for sexual harassment and abuse and accused IBLP church officials of willfully covering up his actions. The case was dismissed due to the statute of limitations. Yet, as Jill noticed at a young age, Gothard himself was single and childless. The usual rules didn't seem to apply to him, she says of Gothard.